Hey, yo, you remember that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where the health inspector was coming during a chicken and frequent flyer mile scam they was pulling? Yeah, and it was like shot like it was a one take. It was pretty dope, right? Well, right in the unit next door on that same day, this wild one shows up, and her name is Raven. And she's coming to interview to be the roommate of this young lady right here, and her name is Jenny. And she grew up loving Drew Barrymore movies, man, loved her, almost to the point that she became her. Well, we gonna find out how her and her boyfriend's lives get ruined in the next Trap Recap. Let's go straight in. So they go up to the apartment talking about how they're both artists and how the rent for the room is a bargain. Oh shit, my poet didn't even know it. Josh pops up like, yo, what's up, shorty? That's my lady. And this is a 420 friendly household. You good with that? Yeah, we do blaze up. But Raven's like, yo, I dabble in herbs and spices. She's like, bet. So they check out Jenny's little room. It's kind of her office where she does all her artistry. The truck pulls up with all of Raven's stuff. At that same time, Josh is taking off. He's like, yeah, I got a band and I got a show. I gotta go. So it's just the two ladies for the evening. They start unpacking. Jenny comes by. This thing that's wrapped up, it looks like a statue, and it freaks Raven out. It's like, you gotta be careful with that. I got that from my old boyfriend, and it's 1,000,000,000 years old, and it's very special to me. Jenny walks away. Raven sits in a daze. So later that evening, Jenny pops out to see Raven twerking and singing a swash banana, quash banana, like some weird chanty. She's like, you good? She's like, oh yeah, I'm good. She's like, what are you doing though? You look a little weird. He's like, yeah, I was making a TikTok. And I was making this for you real quick, and it's got a whole bunch of gems and minerals and feathers. She says it's gonna bring her luck and everything she wanted in life, but she gives the most sadistic look. So that night they're watching movies, drinking wine in the morning. Raven slides her a little smoothie that looks like the secret of the oosh. Jenny asks what it is, doesn't get told what it is, walks away on a phone call. Comes right back like, yo, did you get me a job for, as a photographer for your art? And she's like, yeah, I did. I didn't, but you deserve it, girl, to the future. So they start to shoot the little studio. And she's like, yo, show me what you got, girl. Let the fire unleash. So she started taking all kinds of pictures of her. That night, Jenny's in bed. She feels something outside, and then she sees somebody standing out there looking like they from the Matrix. Not the new one, the bad one, but the old good one. And then she's sleeping and wakes up, and then she sees like a ghoul on top of her. But then she wakes up out of a dream. It's crazy. And Raven's at the door like, yo, you shorty, you good? And she's like, I don't think I'm good. I never told you that I have borderline schizophrenia and I take meds. I don't know if I'm hallucinating again. And she's like, what? She's like, nah, you definitely never told me that, being that we just met. But scoot over. I'm gonna keep you company and make sure you get a good night's rest. And word to my mother, that's what she did. And in the morning, she's like, what's up, buttercup? Glad you slept well, but just know I'm not gonna make it a thing to sleep in your bed unless you want me to. She works on the photos and oh shit. What the? Oh no, they just watching a movie again. Josh comes home. He's like, yo, what's up, bab? Yeah, I love you, but what's that smell? It stinks in here. And then they go over to the little charm, and he's like weirded out, but then he's like, you know what? That's cool. I like it. Yeah. So what y'all been up to? Let's get down. We gotta do something fun. And that night, Josh and Jenny laying in bed. Jenny's like, do you think Raven's a little weird? Not that that's a bad thing or anything, just weird. And he's like, shorty, you tripping. Now put that book down and let me show you what this dang do. She's like, access denied. Now you might want to have the plan with your hand. So he passes out but wakes up. So Raven's standing there looking seductive, and she pulls back the blanket, and then what proceeds is something that you probably find on the hub somewhere, But then she starts chanting and looking him crazy in the eye, and I swear the last time I hooked up with my ex, she had that same look minus the troll face. But then, he gets his world rocked, wakes up, goes and finds Raven, was like, hey, lady, like, did that happen? It was amazing, but like, we can't do that. You gotta help me out. I'm a victim. I fall victim to beautiful women. But what did you do? You did something amazing. Tell me. And she's like, nah, I ain't telling you nothing. Jenny pops up out of nowhere like, yo, what y'all talking about? But I got some good news. They're looking at the pics when Raven's like, yo, I gotta go, but I hope you have a lovely day. And while Josh takes a call, Jenny's snooping around, and Josh just starts going crazy. So she runs out and she's like, babe, we made it. Coachella, it's going down. She's like, yeah, babe, but aren't you gonna be here? You just got back. He's like, babe, Coachella, gotta go. So he loads up, gives her a hug. She ain't feeling it. Raven tells her, hey, I'll take care of her while you gone. Don't even worry about it. She's like, thanks, dude. I'm going to go see Charlie have a brew before we leave. So Jenny goes to take a little smoke break. She runs into the guy she seen the other night. Turns out it's that kid from Workaholics all grown up. Man, star-studded cast. So she tells him about what happened. I seen this guy. And then she's like, oh, that's Elias. I will take care of him. She's like, how you going to take care of him? Raven tells her, don't worry about that. Just worry about me taking care of you. She's like, how you going to do that? And then she throws him on the bed and shows her how she makes that bread. I can't show you, so I ain't getting no copyright strikes, because them things is real, but she does put her down for the night and then goes out the room like the crab people. I don't know what that was. The next night, Raven sees Elias creeping while Jenny's FaceTiming with Josh, Mr. Coachella, and then she walks outside and says, you stay here. I gotta handle this. They go over and they start watching, on the live stream. And out of nowhere, Raven just starts freaking out and runs his ass off while chanting, a squash banana, kutamana. And then comes back in and she was like, he shouldn't be a problem anymore. She's all happy. That night, she sees her come in and she is ready for action, I promise you. But then she just digs her nails into Jenny's stomach and Raven's like, you're pregnant. Oh my gosh, girl. And in the morning they do the test. It's confirmed. And she's like, now you really need this smoothie. This is good. You eating for two, girl. And she still doesn't know about what's in the shake, though. That night, she wakes up with pains in her stomach. I guess it's accelerated birth because she already feeling like pains. And she walks out in the hallway, see what's going on. Goes up into the room and sees once again Raven doing some more chanting, and this ain't Hakuna Matata. And then she turns around and she's like, oh, but guess what? It was another fake out. It was a dream. So she calls Josh, FaceTimes, like, yo, babe, I don't know what's going on. You need to get back here. She's like, no, I think it's cool. And then she sees Mac from the bar standing downstairs. She don't know what's going on. Then he beckons at her to come have a drink with him and Dee, because her and Dee's friends. But on her way, she runs dead ass into Workaholics Elias, and he's like, if you know what's good for you, you will retrieve the relic. She's like, what? Bring it to me and I will reward you. She's like, wait. And then he does, the turnaround, but then he takes off. He loves the brisk walk and runs dead into Raven and a pokey to the eye. And she's like, you shouldn't have fucked with me. So Jenny goes and gets the relic. She's about to bag up, hit that road, trying to rob the plug, but the plug is on the way. She's like, hello, Clarice. She runs back to her room where she put a salt barrier, locks up. Jenny comes and sniffs at her. She's like, ooh, I can smell that vagi. You better come out if you know what's good for you. And she's watching under the door as, Raven's pacing back and forth. She's starting to freak out. She's like, they're here. But it turns out there is actually only Josh. And he comes home like, hey, what's up? Where's everybody at? And Raven comes and talks to him. It's like, yeah, Jenny's freaking out. She's going through an episode. So he gets the key and opens the door. She's like, don't break the salt. She's like, nah, it's cool. I'm coming in, man. You just going through your episode. You need to go. Oh, what? And he sees it for real this time. So he jumps back in the room, breaking the salt barrier. Raven walks right in, and she's got another relic to take souls. And she's like, you better be ready, and stabs herself dead in the abdomen. And as that happens, some black stuff comes out of her and gets sucked into Jenny. And then Raven falls down, and the whole time Josh is just like, what? And then he looks back, he's like, yo, she's dead, Raven's dead. And she's like, well, I'm gonna eat her flesh because I'm hungry. We gotta get rid of the body somehow. But at least Jenny's story ends with a smile. And at this point, I usually tell you to subscribe to the tribe, but this was for all my tribe members. So my homegirl Just Jazz be over there making videos of her, up in choppers on the ops. So go over there and show her some love and show her how the tribe gets down. This is a call to action. And until the next one, keep it pimping and keep it playeristic.